Hey, it's bedtime already. My day went by so fast. It's Tazzy here, ready to read you another bedtime story. So I hope that you're ready for a good story. How was your day? My day was pretty busy. It was really busy. I went outside for a little bit, and then I played some hockey with my little guy Kyler. That's his name. That's why I call him that. Played some floor hockey because, like we said before, ceiling hockey is way harder to do. And then I went and I did some outside stuff, and then I went and got some shopping, and I took my Kai over to his mom's place, and I got to hang out with little Maya. Maya, are you there? I know that you're watching because you've been watching a lot. And we played some cards. I was getting pretty bored inside because I thought, oh, there's nothing to do. There's never anything to do here at all. And then I realized I have lots and lots and lots of stuff that you can do around the house. Sometimes you got to make your own fun up, and I've been looking forward to all day to come and talking to you guys because Maya's there and my buddy Kenny Robinson, who's one of my favorite people in the whole world. He's like my big brother. He sure helped me a lot in my life and in my career. He's awesome people. You need to surround yourself with people that are willing to help you and give of their heart. That's for sure. So I thought it was so bored because for a little while today the internet went down and we had nothing to do. Nothing to do. There's never anything to do without the internet. Well, you know what? We went to Kyler's room and we ended up playing some cards. So all you need is some cards and 52 of them. So there's lots of cards to play with. And then I think I'm going to do another craft. We didn't do a craft today. We were going to do a craft, but it's just about finding things to do. And I needed a break today. I needed a little bit of a break from everybody. So I just went by myself for a little bit and I read my book. And I read these books that I'm going to read to you tonight to practice a little bit because with my dyslexia, which for those of you that don't remember, dyslexia is where sometimes my eyes will read a word and then it will say something different in my brain, so it doesn't make it easy to come out of my mouth. Um, like I know that Diesel and Riolet and Juliet are have tuned in as well, and my buddy Trevor not. So Trevor's name is Trever. So I know that that says Trevor, but if he didn't tell me that, sometimes my dyslexia in my brain goes. I see Trever. I'm like, okay, and he'd go, oh, it's Trevor. So I'd be like, oh, now I know that that spells Trevor. So Dylan and Duke have just sort of chimed in as well. And I've got ADHD as well, so that means that everything's distracting to me, everything. So what I'm doing now is I can see people that have signed in here. Bloop, 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 bloop. So if I get distracted, I'll just say hi. And if I don't say hi to everybody, I'm really sorry because sometimes I get distracted and it moves by really fast. Maria and Lucas are there as well. And we're just going to wait for a few more people because I've been told that, hey, Matthew and Sawyer. Sawyer from where's Sawyer from? I can read that. Glenboro, Manitoba. That's awesome. I've been to Glenboro a couple of times to do some shows. Lydia and Estelle are there. Dexter, what a great name. Dexter, do you have a laboratory? Cheyenne and Brooklyn from Selkirk. I've been to Selkirk too. What I think would be neat is to see how far away we can go because I know that Raven and Kim are in Saskatoon. And Laurie Ferguson, my buddy Laurie Ferguson, who's a very funny comedian. She's all the way in British Columbia. And, oh, Carmen is there. Hey, Carmen. Carmen made me this, Sydney and Emmett. Carmen made me this nightcap. And it's got a great pom-pom on it. So here's what I found out. Kyler and Maya, my Kyler is there, and my little Maya is my little beat of buddy. So they haven't seen this yet, but this pom-pom is really cool. Carmen, thank you so much for doing this for me. And she measured my head, and it's 24 inches around. Oh, my goodness. 24 inches, which is almost 2 feet. No wonder I can't find hats to fit me very often. And when I find them, I buy a whole bunch. And my wife says, you only need one hat. You can only wear one hat. I said, but at a time. So sometimes there's lots. Kimberly, BC, and Adele and Abel from Deloraine are watching as well. So, I got distracted. That's what I do. So this hangs down pretty low. And guess what I found out? I think this is really cool. Marley, I thought this was really cool. You know who finds out more cool? The cats. Oh my gosh. We have 2 cats. Cosmo, who was this big when we found him. We found him at the side of the river, my friend did, and we brought him in. And he used to sleep right here on the back of my neck. And Gracie, who is a rescue cat. I don't know, did we rescue her? Foster cat. Well, we fostered cat. Keegan says I have a big head. I do have a big head. Look, I have a giant head. Big giant head. And so Gracie is our other cat, and they both thought, hey, that looks like something we should play with and jump at and stuff. And holy doodle, it was a lot of, get away from the cat, get away. So there's a silly story. Oh, here's another cool story. So I had to go, today I had to go shopping because we needed some groceries because I eat a lot. I'm like, if you watch me eat, sometimes people think I look like Slimer from Ghostbusters. So I'm eating tons. And I had to go to Sobeys. And so it was really cool. Walked into Sobeys. And I'm doing my grocery shopping and have to keep 6 feet away from everybody because, you know, we don't want everybody to get sick. So that's why we're home, right? We want to make sure that everybody stays really healthy. And so I was there and I'm walking out of the store and my heart was 10 times big when I heard this. Hey, Daddy, that's the man that reads to us. That's Tazzy. That man reads to us on the internet. And I'm gonna go say hi. And she runs up. She goes, I'm Chelsea, and that's Leslie. I said, okay, we're not supposed to tell you our names, but you're not a stranger because you read to us on the internet. And I said, oh, cool. I'm glad. I'm going to give you a hug. And I went, whoa, sorry, you can't give me a hug. Why? I said, well, you know what? We're not supposed to. And her dad came over. I think his name was Tom, and said, you can't give anybody hugs. We talked about this. No hugs for a little while. Tell everybody's better. And we don't want anybody getting sick. And she goes, okay, but as soon as everybody's done being sick, I'm going to find you and I'm going to give you a big hug and then maybe another big hug because from this time and the next time. I thought that was awesome. And another friend of mine from North Battleford, she sent me pictures of people writing be brave, be bold, and be kind and in chalk on the ground and stuff. Oh, but if you're going to write stuff on the ground, you have to get permission first and only use chalk. I bet you that's a good idea. And only on the ground. So that. A little disclaimer so I don't get in trouble because sometimes I don't think and I say stuff. So, how about this too? I'd like to see how far away we can get because I know we have some people in Texas and in Kansas and stuff, and we're from Winnipeg, which is right in the middle of Canada. But I'd like to see how far we can get people to watch me read books. So if you can think, and your mom and dad or your parents or your grandma and grandpa, if they know of anybody that lives far away, let's see if we can get them to tune in too and see how far we can get this. Maybe all the way. Well, actually, my friend Tanya Lee, she was watching from England. Way over across the water and stuff. I'm not good. Which water? Probably the South Saskatchewan or something. I don't know. But across the ocean, I bet you, because that's it. And that's what I think that'd be really cool. What do you think? Can you do that for me? Awesome. I'm talking a lot because I really don't want to go to bed yet because I'm not tired. But my wife says, after this, you have to go to bed. So I said, okay. Allie and Caspian are the ones that wrote it on Corinne's sidewalk. So that was okay. That be brave, be bold stuff. They were given permission, and Allie and Caspian did it. So anyways, I don't want to go to bed, so I'm talking too much because sometimes when it's time to go to bed, I just drag it on for a long, long time. And I know, you know what? I know what you're saying. I know where he is. He's right up there. He's watching, and he's a little bit jealous because I have a different stuffy today. Look at him. He looks scary. His name is Rod. Rodzilla. I thought that was awesome. So up there is very upset because I have another. It's just this is my son's stuffy and is upset because he thinks that this guy's taken over, but he's not. He's just hanging out for a little bit. I thought he could use a friend. So once they get more friendly to each other, I'll put them together and then they'll play. That's my goal. I also know that Michaela is watching from Rossburn. I hope I said your name right. I'm really bad with names because sometimes things get moved around. But I do know that my friend Kelly, he has a little friend out in Brandon whose birthday it is today. Jag. That's your name, Jag. Happy birthday. And I know Brody is there helping. Gonna sing this song because we're gonna sing happy birthday. Are you ready? So it's happy birthday to Jag. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I always wanted to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's not happy birthday. 1, 2, 3, 4. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jag from Brandon. Happy birthday to you. Boo-doo, boop, boop, ba-doo, boop, boop. Ha, ha, ba-da-ba, ba-doo, boop. I add stuff to the end all the time. What? But I just talking to my friends. I gotta read the book because some little kids have to go to sleep soon, and I have to go to sleep soon too. Otherwise, if I don't get enough sleep, I am a cranky bear. So I'm going to read this book, Hug Machine, because Chelsea and Leslie wanted a hug and I couldn't give them to them. And I love giving hugs because hugs are awesome. I asked my Kyler what a hug is one time when he was little, and he goes, a hug is when somebody puts his arms all the way around you and you feel safe, and then your hearts touch, and you can give extra love back and forth, back and forth, back and forth from the love, and then when you have extra love, every time you give a hug, it's extra love. And I said, that's the best description of a hug ever. And he said, Daddy, are you going to use that on TV? I said, I think I'm going to. And he said, I want $5. So, wow, I still owe him $5, I suppose. So this is Hug Machine by Scott Campbell. Hug Machine by Scott Campbell. I'm reading already. Gee. No, I don't want to. Okay. I think Scott did the pages in this as well. Jill Stryker is just tuned in too. She was a singer that I had. I'm a friend with, and she's a really good singer. And Tommy. Oh, Tommy is all the way from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. He paints cars. He's really talented. I'm reading. Man. Let's get started. Here's me reading. Ruby. Ruby. My friend Dave Ruby is on there as well. Whoa! Here I come on the Hug Machine. I'm very good at hugging. I'm the best at hugging. No one can resist my unbelievable hugging. I am the Hug Machine. My hugs calm people down. They cheer them up. They make them go completely nuts. I am the Hug Machine. He's hugging all kinds of people. Always get permission to hug first. You have to ask the other person, and you have to ask your parents to be able to hug somebody, just not random people. I hug everything that I see. No one escapes the Hug Machine. So it's just not just people that he's hugging. Check that out. He's hugging a tree because he's a tree hugger. And there's a hydrant that he's hugging, and a mailbox because mailmen and postal people, they need love too. Oh, and he's hugging a bench. Maybe that's a friend bench. My hugs make people, sorry, my hugs make the biggest feel small and the smallest feel big. Oh, that's awesome. Probably, just gonna give you a little public service announcement here. Uh, Probably don't hug a bear. If you see a bear in the woods, don't go, hey, I want to hug that bear. And the bear's like, oh, why don't you come over here and hug me a little bit? Don't hug a bear. And I don't hug turtles because they run too fast. Kenny V. My buddy Kenny V is a retired teacher who also does something. He's doing things on Facebook Live as well. If you look up Kenny Valgardson, he's doing really neat stuff there as well. And he's really an awesome guy, too. I hug soft things, hard things, square things, and long things. I am the ba-da-ba hug machine. He's hugging a lamb and a rock. Rocks need love. And he's hugging an ice cream truck. Because I've hugged an ice cream truck too. I'm not going to lie to you. And then he's hugging a snake. I'm pretty sure snakes would run into the same category as bears. So just be careful. Just saying. Because if it's a boa constrictor, it's going to hug you back. You've heard the song, right? Oozman! I miss you, buddy. Oozman is there. Here's the song. It's bum, 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 bum. I'm being eaten by a boa constrictor. A boa constrictor, a boa constrictor. I'm being eaten by a boa constrictor, and I don't like it. Not a one bit. Do-do-do-do. Oh no, he's got my toe. Ba-do-do-do. Oh gee, he's up to my knee. Do-do-do-do. Oh fiddle, he's up to my middle. Do-do-do-do. Oh heck, he's got to my neck. Do-do-do-do. Oh dread, he's over my head. Oh. Do you need a hug? I think you do. Hug accomplished. There's nothing that the hug machine will not hug. Start there. Oh, somebody's sad, and they give the hug machine hug accomplished. I think hugs are pretty awesome. They make me feel really good because sometimes I get sad, and then Kai Kai, my little Kai Kai, who probably doesn't like me calling him Kai Kai because he's like, I don't know how old he is, 35. I'm not very good at ages, but he's 12. Excuse me, 12, and gives me hugs when I feel sad. What about me? I'm so spiky. Nobody ever hugs me. Uh-oh, it's a porcupine. Do you think he's going to be able to hug the porcupine? Oh, he found out how to do it. He said, they are missing out. The porcupine need loves too. Ella, thank you for the hug. Ella just sent me a hug too, a virtual hug. My buddy said he was going to give me a vertical hug, and I said, did you mean virtual, which means over the internet? Oh yeah, that too. Oh, look at this one. What about me? Surely I am too big for you to hug. What? It's a whale. I don't know. How's he going to hug a whale? Let's see. Of course not. Not for the hug machine. He gave a hug all the way down the back. Thank you, Raven, for the hugs too. From Saskatoon, all the way from Saskatoon, I get hugged. People often ask what the hug machine eats to keep his hugging energy high. Well, the answer is pizza. The hug machine likes pizza very much. Olivia and Kate, thank you for the hugs. Do you like pizza as well? The hug machine likes pizza. Pizza, 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 pizza. I like pizza as well. Refueled and ready for action. Oh my goodness, I'll just have to show you this one. There's a lot of hugging going on here. Hug, 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 hug. Hug, hug, hug. Hug, 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 hug. Hug, 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 hug. Hug, 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 hug. Hug, 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 hug. Lots of hugging. Hug. Hug. just like do that. Hog. It's like a boat. Hog, hog, hog. Hog. Whew. What a tiring day of hugging. The hug machine is exhausted. The hug machine cannot hug no more.
It looks like the hug machine has done all the hugging he can do. What will we do?
Greg gave me a hug too. Oh, here we go. Oh, yes. Why, yes. You may hug the hug machine. The hug machine is always open for business. So even the hug machine needs hugs. Oh, my buddy Rupert is watching. He lives in Edmonton, and he's a fairy finder. He's got so if you go to I think it's Fairy Finder on Facebook, or Rupert Appleyard is his name. That's Tatum's daddy. Tatum is my little buddy in Edmonton. Oh, my son Kyler just said, I'll always give you hugs, Dad. I love you, little buddy. Oh, Mike Poulin is there too. Mike is my buddy from way long time ago in Calgary. We used to work together. It's awesome. I miss that guy too. So hugs are important. And what I've learned about hugs is this. Pizza is important when you're hugging. That's what I learned from that book. I'm not the best at teaching lessons, but pizza is important. Always. Unless you're lactose intolerant, then it's just bread with everything but cheese, I suppose. I was going to say that my friend Nana Carmen made me this, and she would like me to say hi to Nathan, Kellen, and Sadie, Declan, Rachel, and Claire, Connor and Theo. It sounds like a song. Connor and Theo and Elvin, Chloe, Avery, and Owen from Edmonton. She says she loves you more than penguins. Oh my goodness. Grayson, 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 Grayson. Saying hi to Grayson. Oh, I'm reading my second book, and then it's time for me to go to. I have to read my second book. Then it's time for me to go to bed because I have to get a good sleep. And my wife says, you need beauty sleep. And I went, you don't need beauty sleep because you're beautiful. And then it didn't work. So I said, maybe you need beauty sleep anyway. Okay, I'm going to read a book. Karina is there. Hello, Karina. I'm going to read a book that I'm not sure if I'm ready to read because every time I read this book, it's by Robert Munsch, I get tears in my heart and on my face. So if I have some tears, I'm sorry. Oh, did you hear that? That was my tummy. I ate a lot of not great food today. I didn't get pizza though. But instead of eating the vegetables and stuff, I just ate some chips and things I wasn't. So right now I've got little whale tummy, and you might hear it later. It goes, when I eat the wrong food, it goes. It makes that sound sometimes, and it wakes me up. I love you forever. I have to get serious, and I'll read this. This is by Robert Munsch, who writes some really great kids' books. Renee and Danica sent me some Robert Munsch books that I'm going to read over the next little bit. And thank you for everybody that has offered to lend me books and have sent me books and have sent me some email transfers to buy books. It's awesome. Thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate it very much. If you've got a favorite book and you don't mind lending it to me, I'll make sure it gets back to you. And that, you know, and Leland and Devin, if you, from Hartney, if you, oh, they asked if I got the book, Love You Forever. It's right here. That's the book. So I do have the book, and I'm going to read it. Here we go. Robert Munsch. Oh, and it's illustrated by Sheila McGraw. You know, because McGraw can draw. I'll just read the book. A mother held her new baby and very slowly rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. And while she held him, she sang, I will love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. Wee little baby. The baby grew, and he grew, and he grew, and he grew, until he was 2 years old, and he ran all around the house. He pulled all the books off the shelves. He pulled all of the food out of the refrigerator, and he took his mother's watch and flushed it down the toilet. Sometimes his mother would say, this kid is driving me crazy. He sure made a mess of the bathroom. But at night time, when the 2-year-old was quiet, she opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of the bed, and if he was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, I will love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. Yeah, she said, if he was really asleep, because I know if you're like me, sometimes we just pretend to be asleep. Like sometimes when Christy's talking to me, I'm just like, but I'm not really asleep, don't tell her. The little boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was 9 years old. And he never wanted to come in for dinner. He never wanted to take a bath. And when Grandma visited, he always said bad words. Sometimes his mother wanted to sell him to the zoo. Ron Vaudry's watching. Ron is one of my oldest and dearest friends. I adore him as well. So, look at this. He's walking along and he's spilling his pop and he doesn't want to come in. He doesn't want to have a shower. Does that sound like anybody else out there? No. Well, what if I ask the parents? If I ask the parents and the grandmas and the grandpas and aunties and uncles, oh, is there any boy and girl out there that doesn't want to come in and play or from playing or doesn't want to take a bath? I bet you there's like 4,000 or 5,000 people that would say, this little boy right here, oh, this little girl right here. You're not fooling me. The boy grew, he grew and he grew. Oh, I read that page already. I'll turn the page. See, if I get distracted and I read another thing, there's nothing you can do about it. But at night, thank you, Christy. Christy's awesome. She keeps me on track. She like takes a little stick. Sometimes it goes, oh, go this way. I'm like, okay, thanks. But at nighttime, when he was asleep, the mother quietly opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of the bed, and if he was really asleep, she picked up that 9-year-old boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, I will love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. I'm going to turn the page now. That boy grew, and he grew, and he grew, and he grew. He grew until he was a teenager, and he had strange friends and wore strange clothes and listened to strange music. Sometimes his mother felt like she was in the zoo. Pardon me. I like his shirt. Like I would totally wear that shirt. 100%. Pardon me. Let me take a little drink from my water bottle. My friend Connor got me this water bottle. Thank you very much. But at nighttime, when that teenager was asleep, the mother opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of his bed. And if he was really asleep, she picked up that great big boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, I will love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. The teenager grew, and he grew, and he grew, and he grew. He grew until he was a grown-up man. He left home and got his own house across town. But sometimes, on dark nights, the mother got in her car and drove across town. She puts a ladder on her car and drives across town. If all the lights were out in her son's house, she opened his bedroom window, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of his bed, and if that great big man was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, I will love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. Pardon me. Well, that mother got older. She got older and older and older. One day she called up her son and said, you better come and see me because I'm very old and sick. So her son came to see her. When she came in the door, she tried to sing the song. She sang, I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. But she couldn't finish that because she was too old and too sick. The son, I forgot to show the picture. The son went to his mother. He picked her up and rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And he sang this song. I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as you're living. My mummy you'll be. Oh, man. I'm having tears. I love this book. When the son came home that night, he stood for a long time at the top of the stairs. He went into the room where his very new daughter lay sleeping. He picked her up in his arms and very slowly rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked her, he sang, I will love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, your baby, my baby you'll be. Well, I didn't make it. Oh, I'm getting a hug. Now there's a thumbprint on my glasses. That was Christy. She's awesome too. Oh, it's a good book. It's awesome. And you know what? I used to be afraid to have tears in public, and people would I think people would tease me and stuff. But you know what? If you're have emotions, just let them out. Just let them out in a really positive way if you can. That's the best thing. Sometimes you want to cry, just cry. And if you want to laugh, just laugh. And if you want to get angry, you just have to think before you get angry. And maybe go be angry into your pillow or angry in the bedroom. But if you're upset with somebody, don't be afraid to say, hey, you're upset. I'm upset with you, because you know what? Like I've been saying since we started talking to each other a few days ago, it's okay to get mad. It's okay to be sad. It's okay not to like the people around you, because you're not going to like everybody around you. But what do you have to be? Three things. What are they? Always be kind. So I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. I'm going to read to you tomorrow. I got a new book. I'm excited to read it. So be safe, be silly, be brave, be kind, and be you. Because you know what? In my world, in all that you say and all that you do, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be you. Good night, Facebook friends. Good night. Good night, Facebook friends. Good night. May your dreams be cheery and those dreams be bright. Good night, Facebook friends. Good night. Sleep tight, Facebook friends. Sleep tight. Sleep tight, Facebook friends. Sleep tight. May your dreams be silly till that morning light. Good night, Facebook friends. Good night. Good night, Kyler. I love you. Lots of love to everybody. Good night.